So now we'll start with source transformation. Source transformation. So that is converting a practical current source into its equivalent practical voltage source and vice versa. So let us assume that you have a practical voltage source is there. So it is value is Vs and this value is R. So what is its equivalent practical current source? So this will be its equivalent practical current source. So we have some resistor in parallel with this. Right. So now the question is, so what is the value of this current source?
Vs by R.
Vs by R, sir.
So that is Vs by R.
R.
So its value is Vs by R. And what is this resistor value?
R.
R, sir.
Simply R.
R.
Right. Similarly, you have a current source here. Say it is Is and its value is R. So what is its equivalent voltage source?
IS R.
ISR.
Is into I.
IS into R.
ISR.
And this resistor value is
R.
R. Right. So the resistor values remain same. The only thing is that the source will be the source magnitude will be changed. So this is conversion from practical voltage source to practical current source and vice versa. So this relation is also applicable for dependent voltage sources. So these are independent voltage sources, right? So this is also applicable for dependent voltage sources. So that we'll discuss some point later.
So why are we changing from series to parallel?
Yes.
Why are we changing series to parallel and parallel to series, sir?
So
From
this
voltage
is
to
to
current.
so why we are changing means this is to solve the problems. So we have in later point of class we have some methods are this, so that is mesh analysis, node voltage methods. So in some cases you require to change the current source into its equivalent voltage source and vice versa to reduce the number of loops. Okay. So what is loop and all these things, what is mesh, we will discuss later of time. So these things, the primary objective of these things is to reduce the complexity of the circuit or reduce the complexity of the method. Clear? So next we have so very known things. So that is KCL and KVL, Kirchhoff current law and Kirchhoff voltage law. Right. So Kirchhoff current law. So what is it's saying that so at any instant, the algebraic sum of the current at a given junction or node in a network is equal to 0. The algebraic sum of the current at a junction in a network is 0. Right. So when the current flowing towards the junction, so usually the current is taken as positive, and when the current is flowing away from the junction, so it will be taken as negative. So that depends on interchangeable. For example, you have some node is here, something like this. So this is known as node or junction. So where the current is splitting, so here this is the current, so this current is splitting like this, like this, like this, right? So where the current splitting is taking place, so that is known as node or junction. Okay. That is known as node or junction. So the current is splitting, right? So here this is the circuit, is something like this, right? So where here 5 loads are meeting, so 5 resistors are so meeting together, right? So let us assume that so this is the current is flowing like this, I1, right? So this is I2, this is I3, and this is I4, and this is I5. So what KCL states that in a junction, the algebraic sum of the currents in a network is equal to 0, right? So when you're assigning positive and negative to the particular current, so we have something like some standardization. So if the current is going inside when the current is going inside the junction, you may consider, right, it may be a positive. When it is flowing away from the junction, you may consider it as a negative. Sorry, a positive or negative. So that depends on, for example, if the current is flowing like this, so assume that, so this is I1. Same thing, if the current is flowing like this, so assume that, so this is minus I1. Okay. So assume that the current entering into the junction is taken as plus symbol and the current leaving the junction is taken as minus symbol. So now tell me, so what is, when you apply KCL, so what is the equation?
Minus
I1 plus
minus
The
I2
current is
plus
entering
I1
is
plus
positive,
I2
right?
is equal
So
to
listen,
I2
the current is entering, we assumed as positive. So that means I1, right,
plus I2
plus
plus
I2
I3 minus I4 plus
plus I3.
Minus
So current I4
I5
is leaving,
minus
right?
I4.
So that is minus I4
Yeah.
minus I4, sir.
plus
Plus
I5
I5
Plus
plus
I5.
I5. So this is equal to 0.
equal to 0, sir.
Right. So there is no compulsion that, so whether it is leaving or entering, right? So obviously if it is all divided in, it is all multiplied with minus, the result is same, right? Okay. The result is same. Clear? So you may not remember what sign convention, right? So once the current is entering, if you take it as a positive, the current leaving is, take it as, obviously it will be negative. So this is how this KCL states. Clear? Similarly, we have other one, so that is KVL. So this is related to voltage. So at any instant in a closed loop, at any instant in a closed loop, the algebraic sum of the voltage sources acting round the loop is equal to the algebraic sum of the voltage drops round the loop. The algebraic sum of voltage sources acting round the loop is equal to algebraic sum of voltage drops acting round the loop. So meaning is, so for example, you have circuit something like this.
So could you repeat the statement once again, sir?
Yeah, I will repeat.
Yes, sir.
So at any instant in a closed loop, the algebraic sum of the voltage sources acting round the loop is equal to the algebraic sum of the voltage drops round the loop. Okay. So now, right, so we have two things, right? So one is the voltage sources and other one is the voltage drops. So which will create the voltage drops? The loads will create the voltage drop, right? So this is two voltage sources here, right? And we have three voltage drops here. So what is its meaning is the algebraic sum of these voltage sources round this loop is equal to algebraic sum of the voltage drops round the loop. Okay, right. So let us assume that, so say for example this is VA and this is VB. So this is plus here, minus here. So this plus here, minus here. So it is R1, resistor R2, and this is R3. So now how to apply this KVL? So first thing is assume that some current is flowing like this. Some current is flowing like this. Okay. So now the first thing is we need to identify the sources, bring the sources one side and the drops to the other side. So these two are the sources, right? So here, so we have some convention, right? If the current is leaving the source, if the current is leaving the source, so we assume that, so this is positive. Similarly, so when this is VA, right? So when the current is entering the source, so we assume this is minus VA. Clear? Yeah. So here, so this is, so it is moving away, right? So that means this is discharging, in other words, and this is charging. So here also this convention can be, you can change the convention if you want, right? But usually, so we'll follow this only. So when the current is leaving, that particular source is treated as positive. When the current is entering, that particular source will normally treated as negative. So now, so these two are the sources, right? So now tell me, so what is the equation? So this is plus PA, right? This current is leaving here, right? So this is the current, right? So this will be plus PA. So here also the current is leaving. In other words, the current is leaving the positive terminal. So that means this is plus VB. Okay, plus VB. So assume that this current is I. So what is the voltage drop? So if you assume this is the current flowing, right? So this will be positive and this will be negative. So this is the current flowing. So this will be positive, this will be negative, and this will be positive, and this will be negative. Because the current is flowing like this. So what is this drop? What is this drop?
IR1.
I into
R1.
R1 plus this drop
IR2.
I
R2.
into R2 plus I into R3.
R3.
So sources one side, loads other side, right? So for example, if this load is reversed, for example, this is something like this. So we have this positive plate here and negative plate here. So what is the change you can observe?
Minus VB.
Minus VB, sir.
VB
In left
plus
side.
minus VB. That's all. Right? Instead of plus VB, you have minus VB. So for example, this source is completely not there, right? So instead of that, so this will be 0. So VA equal to I into R1 plus I into R2 plus I into R3. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. For example, this itself is in the opposite direction, right? So this is small plate here and the bigger plate here. In that case, so this will be
Minus VA.
minus VA.
Minus VA, sir.
Okay. So there is no confusion, right? So this is how we will apply KVL.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So if the polarity of VA is changed, then also the resistor's polarity also will change, right? The sign.
So these are drops, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
These are drops. So we assumed that. So this is the current direction. So based on this assumption only, we are writing the equations.
Yes, I got it.
Okay. Clear? Is clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. So these are the basic things. So one is this KVL and this KCL. So along with that, so we have we have other things. So that is source transformation, changing the current source into its equivalent voltage source, and vice versa. So these things are the basic for solving these networks, right? So before going to that, so we will how to apply in something like the circuit or something like this. So how to apply a network, something like this. Say this is VA, this is VB, VC, and this R1, R2, and R3. Right. So now, so how to apply
Terminal.
KVL equations? Okay. So how to apply KVL equations, particularly these things. So how many loops are there? How many closed paths are there in this?
Two loops, sir. Two loops.
Sir, T3, sir.
Three, sir.
Three,
Three,
sir.
sir.
Three
Three
loops.
loops.
So this is one loop. So this is another loop. So what is the other one is like this, right? Agree? Agree? So
sir.
these are known as loops. Okay? So these are known as loops. So loop is a closed path in a circuit. So it is a closed path in a circuit. So that is known as loop. Right. So this is loop 1, loop A, so loop B, and this is loop C. Right. So we have, right, but loop C, so which is one, so it is overlapping, right? So this one is overlapping. So but we have non-overlapped loops, for example, this one and this one. So these are non-overlapped, right? So these are known as mesh. So that means non-overlapped loops are so known as mesh. Clear? So we have loops and we have mesh. So this one, so it is not known as mesh. So this is known as loop. This is clear? You identified the difference,
sir.
right?
Sir.
Just simple, right? So one is mesh.
Sir, can you repeat once more?
No, but not overlapping.
Mhm.
Sir, can you repeat mesh once more?
So mesh is non-overlapped, right? So this one is across the two loops, right? Okay. So there is overlapping. Loop 1 and loop 2 is completely overlapped, right? Okay. So that is known as loop. So non-overlapped means these two are, this is loop, right? So this is also known as mesh. So this is loop. So this is also known as mesh. But so this one is called as only loop, not mesh. Okay. Clear? Still you have confusion.
Okay, sir.
Sir, so what do you mean by overlapping and non-overlapping here?
So this is one thing, right? So this source is see here for these two things. This is the only common, right? So but when you are right, when you are writing this, when you are taking this one, so all these things are coming, right? So this loop equation, both are coming, right? So that is known as the complete overlap.
Okay, sir.
Okay, just simple difference only. So don't take too much on this. Okay, just to identify so which is loop and which is mesh. So at later point of view, you came to know that both are same only, right? So when you are adding this loop equation and this loop equations, right? So you'll find that loop 1 equation and loop 2 equations. So you'll find to know that, so that is equal to loop 3 equation. Okay. Right. So now, so how to apply KVL? Right. So here, so in this loop, so how to apply KVL? Say this voltage drop is, say it is instead of this voltage drop is V1, right? So this drop, you assume this is V2, and this drop, I assume this is V3. And so now tell me how to apply KVL.
Sir,
So what are the two sources we have? This is one source, right? In this loop, right? Assume this is loop 1.
We have to divide current, sir.
Hmm.
they
Current.
divide the current.
Don't divide the current.
Oh.
So this is drop I have directly given, right?
VA minus VB is equal to
So
V1
VA
minus
minus, this
V1
is the
plus V2.
current, right? So this is flowing like this, right? Okay, so that means VA. So whereas this one, the current is leaving, right? So that means VA minus VB equal to, what are the drops here?
V1 plus V2.
V1 plus V2. That's all. Clear? So this is positive. The current is positive to negative. The current is positive to negative. Is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now, so come to this loop. So now tell me.
We can assume the current is
VB minus VC.
clockwise, sir. So, sir,
VB minus
See
VC.
here.
minus VB.
So this now tell me.
VB minus VC.
VB, so this is the current direction, right? Okay, so this is leaving, right? So that means VB. So here also this is negative plate is leaving, right? VB minus VC equal to, now tell me.
V2 plus
3
V.
plus V4 minus V2.
V3 plus V.
See here for V2, this is the assumed direction, right? This is plus minus. So for V2, what is happening here is it is minus plus, right? Similarly for this V3, so this is plus minus. For V4, this is plus minus. So now tell me.
V3
So for
plus
V2, it
V4
will be minus V2,
minus, sir.
Minus
right?
V2 plus
For
V3
plus, this
Plus
is
V3
plus
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 V4.
V3 plus V4.
plus
Plus
V4.
V4.
Clear? Is this clear?
I didn't understand this
Yes,
equation.
sir.
Yes? Some what see?
Sir,
Sir, the second equation, can you explain?
Okay, you want to explain the second equation, right? Okay. So assume that, so there is no interconnection is there. Okay. So this is the only circuit you have. Okay. Right. This is the only circuit you have. So, sorry, here resistor is here in between. In this circuit, so this voltage across this resistor already marked, right? The voltage across this resistor is already marked, right? You can't change that, right? So now, so what now your objective is to apply KVL. So assume that, so this is the current. Okay, clear? So now tell me, so this is VB, right? So in this source, this is leaving. Agree? So you have
Yes,
this
sir.
plus VB. So other source, you have this current is entering. So minus VC. Agree?
Yes, sir. Yes.
See here. So now come to this drops. So what we assume that this is plus minus, right? So this is VA. So now its drop is VA. Similarly, so this is minus plus and this is the current is entering. So now this drop is minus VA. Clear?
Yes, sir,
This
understood.
is assumed direction of voltage. This is plus minus, right? So this current is entering. This is the assumed direction. So this is the given one. So this current is entering this negative. So that's why you have this minus V2. Clear?
Yes, sir, understood.
We are just assuming the sign of
So
the
one
voltage
doubt,
drop,
sir.
right, sir?
So here, this is resistance, right? So this plus minus. So this is V3 here. Similarly, this is entering here, right? So this is entering the plus of that assume that given V4. So this is you have plus here. Clear? So no confusion, right?
So one doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, for V2, we took plus minus, right? Can we take the other way around also, minus plus?
So that's why I told you, right? This is the given one. This already they have mentioned that you can't change it, right?
Okay, okay.
So this is somehow the current is flowing in the negative direction, right? So that's why the given direction is V2. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's why I took this one as an example. Sometimes they will forcefully give that. So take this direction for this voltage.
So if it is reverse, it's going to be it won't be
Yeah, if
negative
it is
V2, right?
reverse, right? Yeah, correct. If it is plus here, this is minus here, right? So now this will be V2. Again, in this one, for example, this is minus and this is plus. So instead of this one, so you'll get minus here.
So basically, if it is in same polarity in the same direction, so it will be negative, right?
Yeah. So that's why it is given, right? So this is the one, right? If it is current is plus, right? So this current is entering. So this value, this drop will be plus VA. So this is the current is entering same like this. So this is minus. So this will be treated as negative.
Okay, got it, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Clear? Right. So now we'll complete this circuit. I think this is originally minus here, plus here, and this is plus here, and this is minus, right? This is the circuit. Okay. So now you have minus here, and this is plus. Clear? So now how to apply to the outer loop? Outer loop. So now tell me outer loop, how to apply KVL for the outer loop.
VA minus VC
Sir,
equal
VA minus VC equals to
VA minus
VC.
VC
VC,
equal to
right? So there is no VB, right? So this is the loop, right? So we
V1.
have this voltage source. So this is current is entering, right? So V1,
Yes, sir.
right? Next,
V
V1
minus plus V3.
V1 plus
V3.
V3 plus
3 plus
V4.
V4.
V3 plus V4.
V4.
So this is equation 3, for example. Right? So let us assume that if we add 1 and 1 plus 2, so what you will get?
VA minus VC equal to V1 plus V3 plus V4.
Right. So that means equation 3, right? Agree?
Yes.
Okay. So 1 plus 3, so that's why it is agree. So that's why it is known as overlapping and non-overlapping. That is the difference, right? So fundamentally loop or mesh, so that is our assumptions to simplify the things, right? Clear? So this is how to apply. So when the signs are already given, right? So when the signs are, this is for, so you are assuming the signs, and this signs is already given, the voltage across this particular resistor, so that is already given. So how to apply KVL? So that's what we studied. So now clear, right? Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. So next we move forward to our methods. So how to solve these networks for more complex networks or slightly networks with 2 loops, 3 loops, right? So how to solve or how to find out the currents in that particular loop, so that we will study. So for this, there are 3 methods are there. So one is the branch current method. Another one is loop current method. And last one is node voltage method. So this is also known as mesh analysis, right? And this is known as nodal analysis. Right? The first one is branch current method, loop current method, or the mesh analysis, right? And this is also known as, sometimes in some books they mention as mesh current method. Mesh current method. This is also known as mesh current method or loop current method, also known as mesh analysis, loop analysis, right? So this is known as node voltage method or node analysis method, right? So first we'll start with this branch current method. Branch current method, right? So let us assume that, right? So let's take a simple example and we'll solve that so that you can understand better. So let us consider a source something like this, some circuit. So the objectives of these 3 methods, right? The objectives of these 3 methods is to find out the current through a particular branch or particular element, or to find out the voltage across a particular element, right? Let us assume this 8 volts, 20 volts. Say it is 5 ohm, for example. So this is 2 ohm and this is 10 ohm. Okay. So now my objective is to find out the current through these branches. So this is one branch, right? This is another branch. So to find out the current through these branches, 5 ohm, 10 ohm, 2 ohms branches, and the voltage across these branches. So once you know the current, so obviously you can find out the voltage, right? Yeah, by using this branch current method. By using this branch current method. So what is the procedure for this method is, right? So here are some points. So in this method, right, in this method, a current is assigned, a current label is assigned to each branch. A current label is assigned to each branch in an active network. Then Kirchhoff's current law is applied at nodes. Then Kirchhoff's current law is applied at nodes. Right. So first thing is we will assign a current for each branch. So this is one branch, right? So assume that, so this is current for the branch. So this is the current in the other branch, and this is the current in this branch. Say assume this is I1, so this is I2, and this I3. So this first part is over. So assign or a label a current for each branch at each node. So this is node, right? We're already talking about this node, right? What is node? Where the current is splitting taking place. So that is known as node. So how many nodes you have in this network? How many nodes you have in this network?
Two, sir.
One, sir.
Two, right?
nodes.
So assume this is node A and this is node B. Right. So why we are not consider this node B? So because if we assume this is the current, right, the same current is flowing here, right? Okay. So even though if we assume this is the current like this, so no need to take, right? So this is the same current that is also flowing, right? Yeah. So that's why it is known as principal node. In this A and B, you have two things are there, right? So this A is known as principal node. So that means the main node. So node is where the current is splitting taking place, right? So in this case, most of the cases, we normally refer this one as ground, or okay, refer this as ground. But means with respect to B, we are measuring the voltage. So when you want to measure the voltage, you must have a reference, right? It may be ground, or sometimes we refer as it's the reference point. So B is the reference point. Okay. We will discuss this more on when we discuss the nodal analysis. Okay. The first thing is label currents for each branch and apply KCL. So now apply KCL. So what you will get when you apply KCL for this node A? So KCL. So what it will gives?
I1 equal to I2
I1
plus
equals
I3.
to I1.
I1 equal to
I2 plus
plus
I3.
I3. So assume this is equation 1. Right. This is the first point in this method. Second point is right. Second point is the voltages between the nodes employed. Please turn off your mics. The voltage between the nodes. See, whenever you necessary, generally turn on, right? So otherwise, just turn off mics. Okay. So next thing is, so whenever these nodes, so next thing is the voltage between the nodes. The voltage between the nodes employed to relate the currents, right? So that means this is the voltage between nodes. So this is VAB. So this is VAB. From this VAB, so we need to obtain the relevant equations, right? So how to get this VAB? So this VAB can be obtained three ways, right? So by using this one, and by using this one, and by using this 10 ohm resistor, this one. By using three ways, you can obtain this VAB value, right? So if you consider this one, so what is VAB?
20 minus 5i1.
Right. So this is VAB, right? So this is 20 minus 5. 20 minus 5 I1. And second one, if you consider this 10 ohm resistor, so what is VAB? This plus minus, right? What is VAB?
10 I3.
This is 10
10
and its
I3.
current is I3, right? Agree?
I3.
So that is 10 I3. So now tell me, by using this 8 ohm resistor, so what is VAB?
2I2 minus 8.
2.
I2 minus 8.
Here this current is flowing inside, right? Okay. So now tell me, what is this VAB? So this is the circuit.
I2 minus 8.
This is 8 ohm, right? So this is the current I2, and we have this 2 ohm. So now we want to find out this voltage. So this is VAB, right? So what is VAB? That is the question, right? What is that?
2I2 minus 8.
2I2 minus 8, sir.
Yeah, 2I2 minus 8. No. Minus 8 or plus 8?
8 minus
Sir,
2.
minus
Minus 8.
plus 8, sir.
Minus 8.
No, tell me, plus 8 or minus 8?
Minus 8.
Sir, current entering battery, na?
Hmm.
So
Battery charging that.
minus
Sir, 8 minus 2I2, sir.
So this one will be positive or negative? Tell me.
Negative.
Minus 8.
Negative,
Battery is
Negative,
charged.
sir.
8 minus
Minus
2I2.
8.
minus 8, sir.
8 minus 2I2, sir. Plus 8, plus 8.
Is it
Minus?
8
Minus 8, sir.
2I2?
Both minus. 2I2 minus 8.
2I2 minus 8.
I think
Yes.
both are minus, I think.
Is it 8 plus 2I2? Agree?
Minus 2I2 minus 8, sir. Both are minus.
Both are minus, sir. I think.
Yes, sir. Both are minus. Minus 2I2 minus 8.
Both are minus, sir.
Both are positive, sir.
Both are positive, right?
Both.
Yes, sir.
Both are positive, right?
Yes, sir.
2I2 plus 8.
Sir, both will be negative.
2I2 plus 8, sir.
Both negative.
2I2 plus 8.
Both
Sir,
negative.
both negative, sir.
So I will redraw this one. Okay.
Both negative.
Okay, I will try to redraw this one. So now tell me. This is the circuit, right? Or it is changed?
Minus 2I minus 8.
Is this equivalent circuit?
2I2 minus 8.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Both are negative here also.
Both are
Both are
negative or
negative.
both are?
Both are negative, sir.
Sir, both are negative.
Both are
Both are
negative.
Both are
positive, sir.
negative,
VAB
sir.
equal to?
Sir,
Which
both are
part? This
positive.
one?
Both will be negative.
On
Both
the
are
left
positive only, sir.
Positive, sir.
Correct.
Positive.
the right hand side, they will be positive.
Is this correct?
Yes, sir, it is correct. Sir.
Why you are
Sir.
confusing? This is
So
simple.
correct,
thing,
sir. It is
right?
correct.
It's very simple thing, right? So it is supposed to be 8 minus of 2I2, right? So this will be 8 minus, okay? So 8 minus of, this current is I2, right? So the current is in opposite direction, 2 into minus I2.
And then it is VBS.
Okay. Clear? So here there is no confusion, right? So this is, I will erase this one. So this is 20 volts. So this is I1, right? So this is 5 ohm. So this voltage, this is VAB, right? Simply what you said is 20 minus 5 I1, right? Agree? This is straight away said,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So here also, what is the difference is only the current direction is different, right? So this is positive. This is the current direction is only different, right? So that means it is 20 into plus 8.
So, but in this loop, current is entering the battery.
Sir.
Right? So 8 will be minus 8, right?
So this is drop, right? Okay. So this is plus minus, still only it is plus minus only. Okay. See here, we need to subtract this one, right? With reference to this plus minus, we are calculating. That is simple drop. So how the drop, is it a positive drop or negative drop? That is different, right? See here, this voltage is equal to, this is the voltage minus this drop, right? Agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here also, so this voltage is equal to minus this drop. But the current is in the opposite direction. So that's why you have 2i2 plus 8.
Sir,
Yes.
actually, I have doubt in this. In register, how can you see the plus minus assign?
So that's why we told you, right? So if the current is assumed that, so this will be positive, right? Normally we consider this is positive. When
Okay,
the
sir.
current is leaving, right? So where is this, for example, this is leaving. So in this case, so this will be the positive. That means this will be the negative.
Okay, sir. Some
Okay.
got it,
Clear?
sir.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I got this part, sir, but in the second part of the loop, sir, but the current is entering the battery, right? So how can
See here,
that
the
be?
basic thing is we're finding this open circuit voltage, right?
Yes, sir.
So this minus this drop, that's it, right? Okay.
So we are just calculating the magnitude of the drop of between A and B. So that is why it's,
Yeah, we are calculating the drop between the voltage between A and B. That's all.
that is why it's.
Do you agree?
Yeah, sir. Actually, sir, we are using the superposition principle of two different circuits and clubbing them to get our original circuit.
That is far away. The superposition is far away, right? We're not using we're not making that complex things.
Okay. Sir,
Yes.
sir, when you write VAB, then you say like A is on high potential or B. Like it is
That is
conventional.
not, see, that is not required. Which one is higher or which one is lower? That's not required, right?
Then sir, minus will, there will be a difference of minus if we don't consider higher or lower potential.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, I will write it another way. Okay.
Yes.
So this 8 volts. Okay.
Yes.
So this is minus 3 amperes, for example. So this is 10 ohm. So what is the voltage here? Now tell me. So this is minus 10 amperes, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this means what is the voltage drop here?
30.
30 volts, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here minus 30 volts. So this is plus minus. You have this minus 30 volts, right? So what is the voltage here now?
Yes, sir.
What is the voltage?
8 minus 30.
30. So that means you will get minus 22 volts here, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. So now it is correct or wrong?
Correct.
Okay. I don't know
Okay,
why you are confusing. Okay, forget about KCL. How you are applying? We are not studying. We are not applying KCL at all or KVL at all. So this is clear, right? If this is clear, so what is your doubt then?
Okay, sir.
Clear? Shall we move? Can I move forward? You're convinced?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So next we have these 3 equations. 2, 3, 4 equations, right? So by solving these equations, you can find out I1, I2, and I3. Okay. By solving these equations, you can find out I1, I2, and I3. Clear? So once you know this I1, so you can find out the other terms like voltage across. So what is I1? Can you solve I1 for?
Sir, I1 I got 2 amperes.
I1 is 2, sir.
Two
And
amperes,
I2
correct?
is 2
1 I3 is
ampere
also
is 1.
This is 1 ampere, agree? And
1
this
ampere.
1
1
ampere.
1 ampere.
Yeah, okay. So everyone got the same thing, right?
Yes, sir.
So now, so what is this drop now? What is the voltage across this one?
10 volt.
10 volts, right? So this is plus minus. So region, how we are mentioning, this is the current entering, right? So this is 10 volts, agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So next, this is, what is the voltage drop across here?
10 volt.
10 volts, right?
10 volts, sir.
Right, this is 20 volts, 10 volts, 10 volts, right? So next we have this 2 ohm. What is the drop?
2 volt.
2 volts.
2 volts.
It is
2 volts.
2 volts.
So 20 volt.
how much it is?
2 volts, sir.
2 volts, right? See here, this is minus plus, right? So this is plus minus. So 10 volts here. In the opposite direction, you have 2 volts. So what is the remaining you have?
8.
8 volts, right? It's clear, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Please.
So this is how we will solve by using a branch current method, right? The disadvantage with this branch current method is, so every time, so you need to assign currents. For example, you have one more loop is there, right? Something like this, right? So again, you will take this I1, I2, I3 is over, right? Again, you start with I5 and I6. Again, this is A, B. So now it will be C and D. Again, you need to write VCD, voltage across C and D. It will come some equations. So this, all these things, so it will making this, making our equations or making our solution will be complex. So that's why, so this method is not preferred in a complex networks. So this method is not preferred in a complex networks. So that's why you have other methods. So that is known as loop current method or right. So loop current method. So we have same circuit. I will consider the same circuit. So what is this value? 10 volts, right? 20 volts, right? 20 volts.
Yes, sir.
This is 10
Yes, sir.
ohm. So this is 5 ohm, right? And this is 2 ohm. And this is 8 volts.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So in this method, what we have to do is, in this method, a current is assigned to each loop or each mesh or in each mesh, right? For example, in current is assigned in each mesh or each loop, right? So now we only follow the mesh. So this is one equation, this is one, and this is another one. So this is I1, and say this current is I2. Okay, clear? So if you have another loop, so assume that, so that is I3. So once these currents are assigned, so apply KVL. So first identify number of meshes and assign mesh current or loop current, right? And after that apply KVL. Right. So now in loop 1, sometimes I use this interchange these words loop or mesh, right? So loop 1, so if you apply KVL, so what is the equation? What is the
20
equation?
minus 5i.
So this is the current is flowing like this, right? So this is 20 sources one side, 20. And what is the current that flows through this 5 ohm resistor?
5i1.
5i1 plus 10i1.
10i1.
And what is the current that flows through this 10
That's
ohm
10
resistor?
of I1 minus I2, sir.
10 of
So
I1
this is
minus
10 ohm resistor, right? So one
I1
side,
minus
this I1 is flowing, and the opposite side, I2 is flowing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what is the
Plus
net
10 of
current
I1
that's flowing
minus I2.
with respect to this
I1
one?
minus
I2.
I2. I1 minus.
I1
Plus
minus
10
I2, sir.
into I1 minus I2. This is agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Right. So next, this is equation 1. So next come to the second loop. Right. Second loop. So this is the one. So this is leaving, right? So what is its magnitude?
Negative.
10 I1 minus I2.
Minus?
Minus 8.
Minus
Minus
8.
8 equal to. So now this is positive minus, right? In this second loop, so this I2 current is entering like this and I1 is entering like this, right? So we are talking with respect to I2. So now
I2
what is the
minus
net current
I2
flowing
minus
through
I1.
I2? This
10
10 ohm
into I2.
resistor.
10 into so 2I2
10 into,
plus.
see, we're talking about this one. What is the net current that flowing through this 10 ohm resistor?
So 10 into I1 minus I2.
Why I1? So this is because we are writing for equation 2, right? So 10 into, so this is the current and this is the current, right?
I2
Okay,
minus
this
I1.
is the one. So that means 10 into I2 minus I1. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I2 minus I1. So this is loop 1. So this is this is the direction, right? In loop 2, this is the direction. So that's why the current is I2 minus I1. Okay. So now this 2 ohm, so this is the current direction, right? Plus 2 into I2. Okay. Solve these two equations. So tell me what is I1, I2?
I1 3 amperes. I2 1 ampere.
I1?
I2 is 1 ampere.
I1, how much I1?
2 amperes.
2
I1 is
amperes.
2
And
amperes.
I2 is 1.
I2 is 1 ampere.
1 ampere, right? Okay. So now tell me, so this is 2 amperes, right? And this current is 1 ampere, right? Agree? So now what is this current?
1 ampere.
Hmm?
1 ampere.
1 ampere, right? The same
Yes.
thing we obtained here. So this is 2 ampere, 1 ampere and 1 ampere. Agree?
Yeah.
This 5 ohm resistor current is I1. This 2 ohm resistor current is I2. So that means this is 2 amperes. So this is 1 ampere, right? This is 2 and this is 1 ampere. So obviously this will be 1 ampere. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how to solve this loop current method. So we'll discuss more on some next classes, right? This is very simple, right? So
Okay.
we have identify the number of loops or number of meshes and apply KVL in each mesh or each loop, right? And you will get, if you have 2 loops, you will get 2 equations. If you have 3 loops, you will get 3 equations, right? If you have 3 loops, you have currents I1, I2 and I3, and you have 3 equations. You need to solve for I1, I2 and I3. That's all.
Sir,
Yes?
sir, we have already studied loop current method, nodal analysis, KCL and KVL in class 12th.
Okay.
So can we skip this topic?
No, the others may not read this thing, right? Everyone has studied these things.
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
No, sir.
No, that's why. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Maybe somewhere study. Maybe you have studied some elementary things, right? Okay.
Sir, I
Yes,
have
sir,
a
I've
doubt.
studied all of
Maybe
them.
you have studied in plus 2. You might have studied the elementary things. So in this, we'll put more and more. Right. Okay.
Sir, I wanted to ask you something. Sir,
Yes.
after attending your lecture, what should we do as part of self-study?
What you're